We're now on day 25 of the seven-figure climb. And in this video, we're just going to talk about benchmarks for a few minutes. And benchmarks are stair steps along the way of you going from zero to $1 million. That's what I want you to think about. And so the reason I want to cover these, and I can tell you, we're going to go over, it looks like 6 or 7 things here. And then we're probably going to have individual videos on these things. And we've probably covered some of these in the past. But what I want you to think about is, you need to understand where you're at in correlation to where you want to be. It's very, very unlikely you're going to go from 0 to 7 figures with your first product, your first coaching offer, anything that you're selling. And so you're going to have to get your sea legs, which means you're going to have to fail some, and you're going to have to start putting yourself out there a lot more. And so I'm going to just go through these, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on them. And like I said, we'll probably do individual videos on a lot of these as well. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to be able to create something that people want to buy. And we've talked about that a lot. And so if you haven't created anything yet, the first thing you need to do that. If you're going to sell a course, you need to, as quickly as possible, create a 4 video course that's 15 minutes each, that's an hour long, and you need to put that on a platform. Even if you're going to give it away or sell it for like $7 or use it as lead generation, what we're doing here is you have to know that you can pull it off. That's the thing. And until you have done that, you don't know. And so fortunately, I've created over 80 courses. I've done over 3,000 strategy sessions. I've sold 300 people into coaching. So I know how to build something, and I have a really good idea of how to build something that causes people to want to buy it. And so the first thing you need to do is you need to get over that creation thing, because you got to be able to create something. If you're going to sell a course, you got to be able to create it, edit it, render it, and put it on a platform where people would be able to actually buy it. Now, the next thing you need to be able to do is you need to be able to sell it. And you need to be able to sell with a VSL. You need to be able to sell by getting someone on strategy sessions. You just need to be able to sell. And it's a skill that you're going to have to master. The likelihood of you just putting a VSL in front of people and making $1 million is going to be low. You're probably going to have to sell over the phone or over Zoom. And so you're going to have to develop both of those. Now, the next thing you're going to need to understand is offers, and how to create a compelling offer, and how to understand what a good offer looks like and what all of the components are of an offer. And I can tell you, this is probably as important as anything that you're going to do, because this is essentially what causes someone to buy or not buy. And what we're talking about is, a VSL with a sales page. And you could look at Russell Brunson's perfect offer as a good example of how to build something that's commercial that will cause people to move forward. But you're going to have to master offers, and that's going to be another benchmark you're going to have to basically get past. Now, once you've done these things, so we're creating something, we can sell something, we're able to make offers that compel people to buy. Now, your next benchmark is going to be financial, and that next benchmark would be replacing your income. So you're working a job, you're making X amount of dollars, creating something that builds enough income so that you can quit your job if you want to, or you can invest all of that money into traffic. But the next thing you want to think about is basically covering your overhead. And the next step after covering overhead would be creating enough revenue that you're no longer day to day, week to week, or month to month. And that would be another benchmark. And then the next benchmark after that is creating your first 100,000, or getting your first 100,000 in the bank after basically all of your debts are paid off. Because once you're at the $100,000 level, it makes everything much easier, and you're going to be able to move in speed. And what's great about replacing your income is when you replace your income, you can quit working the job and you can do this full time, and you can spend all of your time on it, which is extremely valuable. So you want to think about creating, selling offers, overhead, getting free of your time, which basically means getting enough money in the bank that you're not day to day, week to week, or month to month. And then the next benchmark would be hitting that first 100,000. And we will cover these again in other videos, but I just thought I would give you all some insights as to what some of the things that I think are going to be important moving forward. But we're going to end out. I'll see you on the other next video, and thanks a lot.